It's your boy Guru in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please, one more reminder, please, guys, send in your playing 11, Arsenal predicted 11, Arsenal versus Leeds United. What do you guys think? Who will be the playing lineup? Send it to me on my Instagram and Twitter accounts. The links of which will be in the description box. So please send it to me so that I can feature it in tomorrow's live. And of course, there's a watch along tomorrow. Alongside, there's going to be a live tomorrow where we'll definitely discuss. I couldn't get, I couldn't be live tonight because some big back issues that I've been, dealing with recently because of, I think it's a big back strain that I'm dealing with. So once it's fine, I think. Tomorrow, though, I'm doing live stream as well as watch along because it's a very important thing. It's match day, baby! And yes, I've missed last two games of my watch along. Of course, the Aston Villa game and of course the Europa League game as well. So let's move on with the first news that we've got here. So Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has said that he wants to find out who leaked the details of the training ground fight, or rather the scrap between Dani Ceballos and David Luiz. He says, I don't like the fact that the incident comes out at all, and I will find out where it is coming from, and if that is the case, that goes completely against what I expect from each other, the privacy and the confidentiality that we need, and there will be consequences. So Mikel Arteta is not happy about it. Okay, who leaked it to the media? He's not happy about it. He further goes on, he was actually asked if he will address his staff regarding this matter. He says yes. So Mikel Arteta is really adamant to know who exactly leaked this thing out, and he would want to find it out, and he would want to punish them, or rather take some steps towards it. That's my manager, man. You don't need to leak out anything. I mean, come on. Moving on, let's talk about some other stuff, because talking about Dominique Szoboszlai, Red Bull Salzburg boss Jesse Marsch has actually spoken with Football with Grant Wall podcast. He says, Szoboszlai is an incredible talent, and I say this, when you coach young players, you have to love them and love the fact that they are going to move on, and love that they're going to have big opportunities to prove themselves and show how good they are. If you're only worried about how it affects your success, then you're not really going to ever be effective at coaching and leading young people. So with a guy like Dominique, I mean, I want him to show everyone in the world how good he is. So let's see what happens, but I would be surprised if he winds up staying past winter. We play with teenagers, and of course, when they do well, a lot of clubs get really excited. So it's pretty much clear that Jesse Marsch has also believed in the fact that Dominique Szoboszlai, I don't think so, he's going to say past this January window at Red Bull Salzburg. So it's going to be a hell of a January transfer window for all the Arsenal fans. But moving on, well, Arsenal will definitely be without Thomas Partey for the trips to Leeds United. For the trip to Leeds United on Sunday, after he failed to actually recover properly from a thigh problem. Of course, Arsenal are not going to risk it at all. And Mo Elneny, we all know that he's positive, he's COVID positive, so things will be a problem. So Joe Willock could feature in Mikel Arteta's plans. Let me know what you guys feel about the whole Joe Willock thing. But let's talk about the one, the only, Socrates Papasatopoulos posted an image on Twitter, this image, and captioned, happy to be back on the pitch, number 5 at Arsenal. So yes, Socrates had got minutes in Arsenal under-23s. I don't know how a 32-year-old fits into an under-23 age ratio or age bar. I don't know, but he's getting minutes at Arsenal, so I'm fine with that. But moving on, Arsenal captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang should play as an out-and-out striker, according to Paul Merson. So Aubameyang has bagged just 2 goals in the league this term. He's playing out from the wings on the left-hand side. We all know that that's not the perfect position. We Arsenal fans know that that's not the position our captain should play in. Merson says, when Aubameyang is out on the wing, he can go 15 minutes without touching the ball. You can't have your star player going that long without touching the ball. How many goals would Jamie Vardy get for Leicester if you played him out on the left wing? Not as many as he gets now, that's for sure. Defenses are starting to work him out. They are starting to nullify the threat from him from out wide and making life hard for him. They are stopping the cut inside and shot in the far corner. Something has got to change. At the moment, he is not seeing enough of the ball where it matters. So Paul Merson is bang on correct. Will Arteta listen? We will only come to know tomorrow. But moving on, of course, he's starting against Leeds. I know that. But moving on, well, Arsenal will be playing in their official blue third kit for their Sunday's trip to Leeds United. This is what Arsenal will be wearing against Leeds United. So cheers to that news. But also, the points are shared for Arsenal Academy under 18s. They had a match against Fulham today. So they drew the game 0-0. Arsenal under 18s. Let's move on to the next thing. Ian Wright tweeted out, Ziyech, beautiful player. Of course, Hakim Ziyech is having a wonderful time as a Chelsea player. He's really doing really awesome. And yes, I really like the way he's doing things. Also, well, Mikel Arteta has once again thrown his weight behind the return to 5 substitutions. He wants 5 substitutions in the Prem. He says, I am all for it, and not only that, but to extend the numbers in the squad. At the moment, we have a big squad for different reasons, and we have to leave 7 or 8 players at home. And at home means at home, because from the training ground you go home, and then from home you go to the training ground. So even mentally, to feel involved, you are traveling away and you are 2 days without the squad and without your teammates. It will be really helpful for them. So let's try to help them and make them involved in what we are trying to do here. And I think that there are easy decisions, but I don't know. It's my opinion, and let's hope we can change it. So yes, Mikel Arteta's opinion is go back to the 5 substitutions and of course increasing the squad number. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense actually. But let's talk about the reality. Arsenal, and of course we all know the whole Christian Eriksen link to Arsenal again in a couple of days time again. But Manchester United have been urging themselves to actually getting into the mix for Christian Eriksen. Antonio Conte looks to improve his squad when the transfer window reopens and he does not find, he could be free to leave so that, new recruits can be brought in by Conte. So according to Corriere dello Sport, via Football Italia, Inter may even propose a swap deal with United involving Fred. Yes, the Shakhtar Donetsk £52 million transfer that happened from Fred. It looks like he could be, Inter may tempt Ole Gunnar Solskjaer by selling off Eriksen to them in place of Fred to Inter Milan. Strange. Very strange. Why Inter Milan actually being linked with players being in a swap deal? I don't get it. Of course, it makes sense because Italian clubs, no money. Moving on. Well, Mikel Arteta is looking forward to actually welcoming several injured stars back into his squad. He said, we've been hit really hard with some big injuries. Not only Pablo, but Cedric as well. Since he joined here, he's had 2 or 3 different incidents. Gabriel Martinelli has been out for such a long time. Callum Chambers got injured 3 weeks after I was here. He still hasn't played a single game. He's still recovering. It is what it is. What I can say is that the approach of those players and the way they've been trying to work to get back to their best has been phenomenal in all cases. Let's hope that we can have them, we can use them, and they can feel part of what we are doing. So Mikel Arteta wants everything to improve, but in bits and pieces, in parts, and in a very positive way, of course. But moving on, also Mikel Arteta has hinted Eddie Nketiah could start for Arsenal at Leeds tomorrow afternoon. So there's a 4:30 p.m. BST clash at Ellen Road. It's an away game, to which Mikel said he's another one that is fighting and knocking on the door every day. I really like his mentality. He's cultured. He comes into the training ground and says, I should have scored 4. So that's the type of ambition and hunger that you want from players. So again, I am really, really happy. But somebody else has opened up about this whole Ceballos-Lewis altercation. Rob Holding has opened up about the situation. He says, it's just competitive training. That's all we want it to be. We want it to be match-like. You've got to train as if it's a match. You want to fight and compete for the ball. Everything that happened was just competitive tackling and just a bit of competitiveness with the boys, which I think is not a problem at all. Everyone's friends again. Everyone's laughing and joking. It's all good. It's all good. Now, why the media is actually speculating too much? Of course, it's an agenda against Arsenal players. It's been there since decades, right? But let's talk about the reality. Isco or Christian Eriksen. If you ask me, well, Isco being linked with Ancelotti again, yeah, of course. But if you go with £30 million to Real Madrid and say that we want Isco, man, They won't say no to that, of course. So, in my personal opinion, I think if Ishko is a different kind of a person, if he's definitely going to come in, I would love it. But that hampers Arsenal's long-term target in Hosam Awar in the coming summer transfer window. So we are very far off from that window. But the coming winter transfer window, which is the January window, we are actually linked strongly with Dominique Szoboszlai. So I think we should neither go for Ericsson or we should neither go for Ishko. Let's stick to our guns and our primary targets. I think it's fine. I think we are suffering as usual. Let's try to get the best out of it because, of course, Miguel Arteta has not got all of his personnel, so he's trying to get the best out of this team. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys feel about it. So these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day twice. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe. Yes, 15,000 subscribers. Please help us reach there, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.